Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I know that you have a very small team, and I don't know how you pull off what you do. How do you do it, Rose?
I don't know. I've been known as the Black Energizer Bunny. I don't know, but by the grace of God, I've always been very energetic and very creative. That's been the story of my life.
But you know, Rose, I did not know. I'm so embarrassed to say this. When you opened the show, this gorgeous woman coming out, and the four men dancing. I didn't know that was you.
Is that
no?
right?
I did not know. And of course, I was sitting next to your friend from AARP, Dion. And she said, "Yeah, that's Rose." What? You're kidding? So is that the kind of stuff you did when you won the contest?
Well, actually, that was the song that I wrote and sang when I won the contest.
Oh my God, you are just gorgeous, and it was like I could not believe that she had this huge, big black.
The Diana Ross look with the big hair.
Right. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely wonderful, Rose. You were just beautiful. But you see, not only are you a performer, you're an executive. You pull this off together. And, you had the city coming there talking about you and talking about the event. And you think about it, it's probably the biggest event that city does, isn't it?
I really think it is. Well, for the seniors. Yeah, they do a lot of things as far as the arts and culture are concerned. The city of North Miami Beach, I must take my hat off to them. But as far as seniors is concerned, that is the biggest.
And I'm so happy, as you know, that my life is dedicated to the seniors and now, of course, the boomers. And so few people really do it in the way you do it. A lot of it's, we talk about the elderly. I never use that word. They talk it in such a negative tone, but you're so positive. And so let's start with what it really requires. Miss Senior Florida Pageant 2019. Let's talk about what it was all about, how you started this 2019, how you found the women to compete. It's quite an event.
Well, one of the biggest challenges for me when I took over the pageant was bringing about awareness to South Florida. The pageant was originally in Vero Beach when I was in the pageant in 2016 and won. And then an opportunity came about to take over the pageant. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go for it. So I did, but the first thing that I did was take it from Vero Beach and bring it to South Florida, where there's just a lot more
older
diversity and
yeah.
a lot more flair and
yes.
A lot more appreciation for culture and for the arts.
Yes, I know Vero Beach. It is not the appropriate place to have this.
Right. And but my biggest challenge was to bring about awareness because no one had ever heard of it. So getting sponsors, getting contestants, getting people to attend, it was really a challenge. But the first one, you were there.
Oh, yes.
And it was very successful.
Very.
We worked very, 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 very hard. But that was the biggest challenge, awareness. And we're in our third year, and each year, I don't know how I'm going to top next year.
Well, I don't either. I think what you did this time, I'd like to describe it. I think you could describe it better. Let's first start with the most important thing is to find contestants.
Well, what we do is attend as many senior expos as we possibly can. And we have a very nice professional display, exhibition. And we do a lot of writing to a lot of senior healthcare providers.
But all over the state.
All over the state.
This is
a statewide pageant. So the word is getting out, but not. It's still more or less a South Florida, Palm Beach thing. But we're doing everything that we possibly can. We have contacted every city in the state of Florida through the Dade League of Cities and Florida League of Cities. But it's just a word of mouth. I found that word of mouth is the best. Once you come, you'll always come.
That's what I was thinking. I'm sure some people did some videos.
Yes.
All you need to do is put the video or part of it on your website, and it will spark interest.
And that's what we're doing. We had the support of CBS this year, and you were a judge, and Elliot Rodriguez from Channel 4 was a judge, which gave us the news coverage that we needed. So we're adding that particular clip to our website and sending it out to everybody.
AARP is a judge. Yes, wonderful Dion. And then you had this other woman who was really so beautiful, and she helped with a lot. She was...
Oh, yes. She's with one of the healthcare providers.
Yes, she was with Elite.
Yeah, Jenny
yes.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's a pageant girl.
Oh, absolutely.
So she
was
helped us with our workshops and teaching the women how to... We just don't throw you out there. We want you to look good. We want the city of North Miami Beach to look good. We want to look good. So I prepare the ladies. Some of them are pageant ladies, and some of them don't have a clue.
They're just talented.
So we teach them how to walk.
In fact, as they were coming out, of course, I got to interview them, but I didn't really know. I didn't hear them sing or dance or do what they do. And so as they were coming out, I was always surprised. Oh, she's good. But then your winner, when she came out and she sat down at that piano, I said, I think she's going to win. She was so obvious, and she could win the national, I think. Don't you?
I think, and I hope she brings the crown home.
Oh,
I really do.
Think so. She was terrific, and you probably know this, and I didn't. And I asked her friend or her sister, whoever was there, how long she's been playing piano. She taught herself. You knew that.
No, I didn't know that.
She never had a lesson.
Is that right?
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. Are you kidding? No, she never had a lesson. She taught herself.
I didn't know that.
I mean, that even makes it that.
Yes.
She should really mention that also when she's
I don't believe that was in her bio.
No, well, I don't know, but that's what the person who was so close to her said. But anyway, let's get back to this. So tell everybody who's listening, because what we want to do is we hope that some of you listening will be one of our next contestants, or will win or something. So we have to be very, very sure about that. Okay, so tell us what someone has to do if they're interested.
Well, if you are interested in being a contestant, it's really very simple. You just have to be 60 years and above, and that above can go to 100. We had one contestant that first year was 92.
I remember that.
Yes, and then another one was 89. So there's a wide variety of ages. So you just have to be over 60 or above, and a Florida resident of 3 months.
That's not much, but okay. So now somebody
and a U.S. citizen. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, U.S. citizen. Well, so now, and I have to I'm looking at this gorgeous program. Says vibrant, vigorous, and vivacious, and that's what the people were. So Miss Senior Florida, we're talking to Rose TYDUS, who is of course the person that's running all this, but she also was a contestant, and she did win. And you went actually to where was it held, in Washington?
No, in New Jersey, in Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, and so you did get the whole feeling of everything.
Yes, I really did. And going to the nationals in Atlantic City is really very, very exciting. There's I think there were like 40 different states when I was there that were represented. I don't know how many now, probably more. But the National Miss Senior America has been, they will be celebrating their 40th anniversary this year.
And the interesting part, of course, my life has been with the seniors, and I never heard of it before I met you.
See, that's what I'm
Before
saying.
I met you, I didn't know there was a national anything like this. So you're doing a lot to help this. Also, I was thinking about when this woman, and forget what the woman's name who won?
Dr. Catherine Grant Pickren.
Right. So will you accompany her? Will you be going
Well,
to
I plan on,
New Jersey?
I really plan on going, yes.
I
yes.
think you should. I mean, this
Yes.
is like, for you, the culmination of everything. You
Yes,
should really
yes,
go and see how
yes.
it's working.
Yes. It's
Because
very
you should be
exciting.
very proud. I do
very,
feel
very
that
proud. I
she's...
spoke with her on yesterday.
You did?
Yes.
Well, it's...
And she's very articulate, and she's very attractive, and this is not a beauty contest. We don't want
It's a
anyone.
character contest.
It's a character contest.
And I forget when we interviewed her, what she said. She was very much into music, and she was helping in the schools, and she really wanted to bring culture to the schools. She felt that, I think this is right, isn't this okay? She felt that it was a wrong thing that we weren't being supported enough financially in the school system, because we all know that there are children who people think that they're juveniles or not. They just need something that they love, and so many kids love music.
All kids love music for the most part, and it's unfortunate, as well as physical education. They don't put emphasis on that either. The educational system on the arts.
Oh, definitely. Well, you're certainly
physical
helping in your way, Rose. And
well, I really got my love. I began developing my love for the performing arts from the Mickey Mouse Club, to show you the influence that
Really?
art can have on a on a child. I said, oh
On
my
Disney.
goodness, yeah.
That's true. Well, I think Disney did a lot of that. They did bring forth all this. People were mesmerized by their puppets, by all the even
Yes.
today.
Oh, and I wanted in the worst way to be a Mouseketeer.
And you should have been.
And that's where I got the desire for the arts.
But you also had the talent. You see, you have a beautiful voice. You can dance. So not everyone has that.
Well,
but
yes.
Did you go to school, to an art school also?
No, I really didn't. It was all very. Most of it was natural. I didn't really get any dance training, so to speak, until I was well into my teens, almost an adult. I can remember since I went to the Conservatory of Music in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was late in my teens. I might have already graduated from high school. I don't remember. And the teacher, she was German, and she said, oh, I'm going to try to talk like her. She couldn't say Titus, but she says, you'll never be a ballerina, but boy, you have energy. You have energy. I just had a natural love, and I was on the dance, the dance troupe in high school, but what is that? But everywhere I went, and everything I did, I always excelled.
Yeah.
So there was that natural ability.
Well, you're a beautiful woman inside and out, and so everything that you touch, I'm sure, is very successful. But you have created something here that is going to soar. So you're already working on your next one. I
Yes,
know
I already have in my head. I've already shared it with somewhat the at least the opening number is going to be next year. It's going to blow your mind. I've already come up with it.
I mean, it is just beyond. We were just spellbound. I think all of us were spellbound by the way it took off, and the people. I always like to watch the audience. And the audience, they were enjoying this so much. And there were children, there were older people, there were people of all ages there.
It's really a family affair. And I think my biggest challenge was bringing about awareness. And when I would, present it as a senior pageant, the first thing that's coming through people's minds is little old ladies in a cane with a rocker or whatever, and nobody was interested. So we try and we do show that seniors in a different light of who we really are. And I guess a lot of it too is based on my own life. I don't live like a senior.
No, nor do I. And so that's why I appreciate you so much.
To encourage others. And I really think that a lot of the seniors leave that venue feeling better about themselves. There's hope. If they can do that,
Absolutely.
I can do that, or I can strive to do that.
Absolutely.
Just energy.
Right. Their gowns were gorgeous, and I know that's that I don't know. I guess they have to buy their own gowns and figure out what they want to do. And oh my goodness, they were exquisite.
And it expresses their personality, I think, when they choose their own gown. You know, they asked me, what do you think? I said, you wear who you are, you know.
Well, the other thing, though, is you not only have the winner, who is the queen, but you have different personalities. Miss Congeniality, Miss, I forget. What are some of the different labels?
Miss Congeniality. We added this year Miss Photogenic.
Yes, you did.
And they didn't have a clue about that one.
But you put out pictures that were extraordinary.
Yes.
So you really know what you're doing. I felt that this was so much better than the first one because you were just getting into this.
Yes.
But I'm sitting here looking at the brochure, your program, which was also amazing. I mean, this takes a lot of work. I mean, I know what this takes.
Yes.
And you just do it. So you should be very proud of yourself.
Well, I'm my own worst enemy. I'm in competition with myself.
I never heard that, competition with yourself. I see that. But Rose TYDUS, and Rose is not only a lovely, kind, wonderful woman, she's very talented, and she understands what it is to be talented and how to take what they have and show it off at the very best. Now, you did say something that you do have people who help them. So just because someone can get up and sing or dance doesn't mean that they're going to be a very good contestant.
No, a lot of people shy away until I explain to them that talent is not limited to singing or dancing. Perhaps you're a comedian. Perhaps you are crafty. You know, you sew or you make things. We will help you present who you are in the way of your talent the best that you possibly can. Perhaps you could you're a singer. I already said singer. Perhaps you are a dramatist. You know, you could.
Yeah, we had that one. Someone that reads very well.
Yes. Or you're a poet.
Yes.
For my philosophy of life, there are 4 categories in which the women are judged. You have 35 seconds to give your philosophy of life. There's the evening gown presentation. There's a 5-minute individual interview with the judges, and then there's talent. Well, for my philosophy of life, I recited a poem.
Did you really? And you wrote it yourself?
And I wrote it myself.
See, you're very talented because I know that there's a song that the choir sang, which I was so impressed with, that you wrote.
Yes.
I mean, now that really was beautiful. That's what I'm saying, that you're a force. You are one force, like the hurricane coming, right? You are one big force, but Rose, I think we all admire you and we want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. And now let's give information how someone can contact you. That's really important.
Okay, well, the website of which we are updating as we speak is www.missseniorflorida.com. And if you go to our website, all of the there's a little thing that you can punch there that says I want to be a contestant, and it'll spells out everything about being a contestant.
And also,
the application is on there.
Okay, so everything's there. But if you want to be a sponsor, that's also important.
And that's on there too. Yes.
Yes, we need to be able to fund this because it's not cheap. I have to say,
oh,
it costs
no,
money.
It's not.
And if you would see the program, if you would see all the things, and we haven't gotten time, we'll bring Rose back again to go over that. But Rose provides a lot of things for these people. I mean, lots of events. We had a lovely luncheon. I mean, you really make this, it's a whole entire joyful experience.
Right. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think anybody else is doing it the way we do it.
No, I don't think so too, because you've taken this to the very top of the line. I don't know what other people do. I would think normally they just they're a contestant, then it's over, but not with you.
No.
And the women seem to really hook onto each other.
Yes, there's a bonding, and as a matter of fact, I was talking to the winner yesterday, and she mentioned, she says, "Oh, I was speaking with Catherine today or yesterday." Well, Catherine is the former Miss Senior Florida, and so it doesn't begin and end the night of the pageant. It's relationships are developed and they continue.
So
on.
now I don't know if you didn't do this, what you would do. I mean, you've bitten into something so big, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So
well, I'm hoping so. My real goal is to brand Florida women. No more. I wish I could be a California girl.
Beach Boys,
right?
Well, you are. You're the Florida girl, and I love that girl. That's good. Well, we are going to do everything in our power to help you. We think that isn't her name Catherine, who
Yes.
did win? Catherine won also this time. We're going to do whatever we can to help her become the national winner. We really want her to become the national winner, and I think she. Of course, I haven't been there to see how talented other people are, and I'm sure they are. But
oh yes,
yeah, but she's pretty special.
Yes, she's real special.
You felt that, didn't
yes,
you?
I really did.
I think the judges felt that this was the one. Even though everyone was very nice, she really has the potential of winning. And that would do a lot for your organization, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would do a lot for our Florida Lady campaign.
Yeah.
Have you seen our logo? You've seen our Florida Lady logo.
Oh, yes.
I love it.
Oh, yes. No, you're just right there. Well, we're so glad that Rose came up here, even though we're thinking about maybe a hurricane's going to come, but she came up from Aventura to be here, to be on the show. We have her on Facebook Live now, and there are people watching you, so I know that. So we're so happy that you're here, and that we're going to really look forward to our next person. And I know that you had someone, I think, in their 80s. I think you had someone that was 80.
Yes, someone that was
you
81.
Did. But we're looking for people in their 90s, everybody. So
Yeah.
make sure that if you're in your 90s and you're not a has-been, don't even think about that. You're a now-been. We're going to do
Yes.
something with you. And if you can, when you saw the Follies, all those Follies, there was a woman there in her 90s.
95.
Now, we have to get her to maybe to come and apply. And so age is only a matter of number, right? And you know that better, and I know that better than anybody. So we thank you very much for being here with us, Rose, and we will continue to help you. Miss Senior Florida Pageant 2020. That's what we're working on now. Vibrant, vigorous, and vivacious. And so
that was this year's theme. Next year's theme.
Oh, we haven't. Oh, well, I like that. You can keep going with that because it's very, very good.